Yeah. So then let's now move forward to what all are there in the new acts. And
Hmm.
it's not like everything have been repealed and every new law is been it's forming in this country, and now crimes will be seen differently. It's not like that, of course, but there are certain amendments, there are certain sections that have been repealed as discussed earlier. Now
Hmm.
but as they have been codified in a new way, we can say that I'm not finding the right word, James. What can we say? Are they being uh, old provisions presented in a new way? Yeah, something like that, right,
Hmm.
James? Yeah,
We can say that some of the provisions, some of the sections are being replaced by new ones.
yeah,
So, like IPCA, before IPC used to have 576 sections. But if the new bill is passed, then Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita will have 356 sections. So you can see that there's a vast difference in the number of sections. That means they have reduced they have removed a lot of sections from the IPC. And then again in CRPC, there used to be 484 sections. But in the new one, that is the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, there will be 533 sections. That means new sections are included in the new CRPC. And when it comes to Evidence Act, and there were 167 sections, and the new one will have 170 sections. That means increase in three more sections in the Evidence Act. So it's not so there have been replacements also. There have been new introduction to new sections, and they have also removed a lot of sections from the IPC, specifically from IPC, the new Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita.
yeah. That's quite
So
a lot of changes.
so what are the new ones? If we can uh, talk about the new. Let's talk about the new ones. The new ones are always exciting. So let's talk about the what are the new sections that they have introduced. But I know that the introduction of these three new bills has been done specifically to decrease the time taken for a person to get his justice. Because before it used to take a lot of time when it comes to judgment and orders from the judge, from the high courts and supreme courts. But now the government is saying that they will, with the introduction of these three bills, they will be able to give justice to a common person within 3 years. So that's a very big thing. They are saying 3 years candle justice is a very big thing.
Let's see.
तो एक
I
होना
hope.
को बोल
I
रहा है
hope
को की
so.
बात है.
I hope it pans out the way it has been planned. The execution is
Hmm.
the most important part. But yeah, sounds like it.
Hmm.
At least
And
the
again there
attempt
is
are, yeah,
hmm.
the attempt, it's a
नहीं
good, yeah,
को continue को.
it's a good attempt. That's it.
And then there is this charge sheet thing. And now the charge sheet has to be filed within 180 days.
Yeah,
So that's another change. And then new crimes are being recognized, like snatching. The important one is that there are fake promise to marry. There are lots of guys and girls, especially guys, who give fake promises to marry. Then there's this also this question paper leak. Then this ATM theft.
yeah,
So all these are the new crimes which are which will be recognized in the new bills.
yes. So
Do
you
you
can
know
say
any?
that this new bill have actually, is bought into the aspect that technology is very different right now, of what, like it has included technology into it. So like with earlier, the IPC had no presumptions of course, how the new about the new aspect of crimes that has been taken place in the country. There, of course, there was no nothing for ATM was, of course, how can be there be a crime when ATM did not
ATM card. Yeah.
exist back then? But it's a funny thought, but of course, yeah. So yeah,
And
it brings
uh,
technological
and by
advancement.
and by ATM theft, uh, one more new thing has been introduced, and that's community service as punishment has been introduced in this whole will be introduced in this whole new bills. So
Yeah,
that's a new thing. I
yeah.
think for small petty crimes, I think rather than giving them some harsh punishments, I think community service will be a good one.
Yeah, I think especially for cases when, like attempt to suicide is one of
Hmm.
them. Yeah, where
Ah.
you get community services, because like putting
Hmm.
that person in prison is just useless. And this is like
Will not work. Huh?
that's what I was attempting to say earlier. It's like very new age, and it's
Hmm.
about the crimes in. It has considered the psychology, the criminal psychology that goes behind every crime. It has considered the technical aspect that we now live in, and it's a very great, it's a great job done. While we were discussing about the charge sheet, I also wanted to mention about zero FIR. Now, like you can file an offense in any police station, whether the offense has taken under, like another police station's jurisdiction. That was a very great
Okay.
aspect.
Much I didn't know about that. This zero FIR wala thing.
Yeah. It's yeah. That's so. Uh, Earlier, the jurisdiction is a very important aspect in
Hmm.
Indian law. Actually, in the whole Victorian law, and
Hmm.
it has happened in many cases. Many times we hear stories wherein the half the problem arises because the crime has been taken place in another location, the criminal stays in another location. Let's not talk about, like bigger issues. Let's say theft. It doesn't happen in theft though. It mostly happened in abuse cases a lot of time.
Ah.
But yeah, so you stay in some other, and there's always pushing the ball, passing the ball, that this is not our jurisdiction, this should go to this
Hmm.
police station. And now it's been like in one shot it is cleared, like you can file anywhere you want, and that's like it's a very great
Hmm.
step ahead.
But what I think is that the old laws used to focus more on the punishment factor, while the new bills are introduced with more focus on the justice part, like giving more justice to the people rather than giving more punishment to
Yeah,
the
exactly.
people.
Exactly. So this
Hmm.
zero FIR proves that, right? That
Hmm.
it's, let's not harass the victim further.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's get
That's,
let them report wherever they want.
hmm.
And
ठीक है.
also, I think now it also allows for filing of an FIR to the police by electronic communication, and
That's a
the
good one.
yeah,
वो अच्छा
complainant
है.
needs to sign the record within 3 days of filing it.
Hmm. तो ভালো reform.
Yeah, and then talking about technology, now trials, appeal,
Hmm.
depositions, and statements, accused statements can also be conducted electronically, such as
Hmm.
summons, warrants, documents, and evidence statement can be in
Okay.
electronic form. Search,
Hmm.
seizure, and crime scene visits can be audio videographed.
Video. हाँ. अच्छा अच्छा
Yeah,
अच्छा.
and then
Nice.
there is arrested arrested details can be displayed digitally in police stations. So yeah, lot of use for technology. And many said that
See,
you can just add amendments to the laws. Like you can just
hmm,
add amendments to IPC, like we have been doing it
hmm,
for so many years.
for so long.
Yeah, but I personally I feel that it is about the overall like uh, perspective. As in now, just like you said, there was a need of changing this punishment-based law into
To justice.
yes, it's about the outlook. It's like, now we
Hmm.
are not just an act that has technical backing, like amendments or new sections which are
Hmm.
technically backed. We are a technically advanced act, and we can say that proudly instead of like
Ah.
pushing one amendment after the other. So that is one of the biggest. The whole perspective of a law is presented in a like this is what we stand for. It directly says that. So
Hmm.
yeah,
But we have to wait till winter
yes, we have to.
because
That yeah,
the government has set up a standing committee to review the bill, and only after that देखा जाएगा क्या होगा.